Hello. I'm gonna try to make this my last video for tonight. It's 9:28 p.m. Um, I don't know. I just feel like my anxiety is really high right now because of the harassment that I woke up to from my nap, and so now I'm thinking about wanting to turn in early tonight. But maybe not because I'm gonna do a video and just say what's on my mind and just talk, you know. So I didn't step foot out of this door not one time today. I almost did, but because I thought I saw a perp, but nah, that was the next door neighbor right there. So this is basically how my day went. It's Saturday, and I don't have transportation, don't have a lot of money, and so basically, I stayed inside all day. So it's a small town, nothing here, and the online regular perps and fake TI perps that sold out, they all acting like as if they're trying to play a guessing game with trying to figure out what city and state I'm at. What city that I'm in. So it's like they're working overtime and working extra hard to locate precisely where I'm at. Excuse me. So I guess they're working hard to research and guess what small towns they think I'm in. They're trying to guess what small towns they think that I'm in. This is really frightening to me because these are men doing this to a woman. Men doing this to a woman. So one thing about abusive, narcissistic, gang stalking, and fake TI perp bullies, what they do is they act very childish and immature, bullying you and abuse you like a fifth grader, and then tell you that you need to grow up and tell you that God is going to punish you for all the things. No, you're going to be the one who's punished by God. The religious narcs want to use God to punish you. When actually it's them who deserve to be punished by God, not you, but them. Well, actually we all do because of our sins or whatever. But in this personal situation, if God had to be situational, he would punish you if he was fair. And then that would teach you a lesson to back off and leave me alone. So, as I said, the online perps and fake TI perps are apparently pissed and mad that I found a way to get off the streets. Even though, as I said, I kind of don't really, I really hate it that I can't get warm. That I feel so cold. It's uncomfortable. But maybe I should go to the front office and see. I should go to the front office and see what the deal is. How could I get warm? So I know later on the weather is supposed to warm up later on next week, all the way up to the early 80s. But until then, I'm freezing my ass off. So I don't have a way to turn this thing to a heater setting. It says 86, but it's still blowing out cold air and having the room freezing cold. So I think I woke up about 6:30 this morning. I don't remember whether or not I went back to sleep. I got me a little bit of sleep, but not much. And so I ate breakfast or so sometime after 10 o'clock, and I had the oatmeal with the coconut oil, unfiltered raw honey, and some of the well, they got too many loud trucks passing by. The unfiltered raw honey, and also some Himalayan pink salt. And so then for lunch, I just had some of the tuna snack kit. I had a couple of packs of those, and some cookies. The Lorna Dune cookies. I had some packs of those. Like, so I don't know why after I ate, maybe because it was instant oatmeal, junk oatmeal, was why I was hungry. Not long after. Um, but if it was like steel cut or real oatmeal, then I would have been satiated and held over for much longer period of time. So then, after that, I had after that I had I guess watched a couple of YouTube videos or whatever, and I haven't done it on my fundraiser yet, but I haven't updated my fundraiser yet, but I updated my pinned tweet on Twitter, still Nats. I updated my pinned tweet on Twitter, and I updated I need to go back and look and make sure everything's okay, but I updated, I'm not fully finished yet, so I'm going to try it back again. I updated partially updated what I would use in my YouTube description box. So I was still sleep deprived and tired. I got me some sleep last night, but it wasn't that great because of being so cold up in here, freezing cold. And then, but anyway, I started off to try to make a blog post, but I'm not finished. And I wanted to make a few blog posts, plus also I wanted to write a couple of short stories today. But I started on the blog post but didn't get to continue. But I think it was after 4:30, I dozed off and took a nap. And then right after 6 o'clock, I woke up, and I noticed that Anthony was making harassing community posts towards me. And, I addressed that. And then, I guess me going through all that is one of the reasons why I didn't get to finish with the writing or whatever. But excuse me, I made up for it by I made like three. I made 3 or 4, maybe 5 TikTok videos throughout the day. Some days, most days, I do TikTok videos, but some days I don't do TikTok videos. But I've been doing YouTube videos every day. But they got some stuff that I can't put on TikTok that I can put on YouTube, or some stuff that I can't put on YouTube that I can put on TikTok. So sometimes, I try to for a backup, especially with them threatening to shut down TikTok. I've been trying to do both. Try to upload some of the same videos on both platforms. But they took away, I guess it was just a trial thing, but they took away the 10-minute video feature on TikTok, and now the most I could do is back to 3-minute videos on TikTok. So I might have to do a part 2, part 3, part 4 of certain videos of certain topics, but Yeah, but anyway, so then, you know, I ate the leftover Chinese food for dinner. For dinner, I had the egg drop soup, and it was mainly just whatever liquid, and it seemed like it was dense and fat. And I'm like, the egg drop soup when I was in Pensacola at that um, Calbee place in Pensacola, that egg drop soup wasn't greasy and fatty. And I forgot what it all had in there, but I used to love that egg drop soup. But this egg drop soup is something thick, dense, heavy, and greasy. And it's a lot of egg in there, but it tasted okay. But the that lemon chicken and the fried rice just wasn't that great. But I had the egg drop soup, and from leftovers from yesterday. I didn't eat the lemon chicken and the rest of the rice. The rest of the lemon chicken and rice today, I didn't have that. But I had the egg drop soup. I cannot stand. I do not like wonton soup. When I was younger, when I was in foster care with the fake foster mom's sister Mickey, Mickey gave us egg drop soup when we were little, and I thought it was so nasty. I couldn't stand it. I didn't like it. And I never like I don't like wontons, and I don't like chow mein. I'll eat chow mein, but I have to be in the mood to tolerate it. I really don't like chow mein, and I don't like lo mein. I don't like thick noodles, but I love the rice noodles. And like it's kind of like a rice version of angel hair pasta, but it seems like it's even thinner than angel hair pasta. But I like rice and I like rice noodles and I love the Chinese donuts and stuff. But yeah, that lemon chicken, ah, I didn't really like it. I'll probably never get that again. So I had some kind of beef. I think they said it was curry beef, but I guess I'll have the curry beef and some more rice tomorrow, and I guess I'll have half of that, and so I can be able to stretch it all the way until Monday. Monday I can stretch the rest of the food all the way until Monday. So so yeah, and I'm gonna say it again. I would not have ordered that food if I ordered it because the electricity went out, and I wasn't sure if the places around here if they were back rolling or in business. But then when I went to the Dollar General, I went over there and I later on discovered it wasn't until after I ordered the food, and that's when I discovered that the electricity was back on. But then I couldn't cancel it. But I'm able to stretch this for a few days. But Dollar General sucks. That they all, as I said, all their food is GMO and unhealthy and make your body feel a certain way. It's a lot of bad foods with too much of sodium, sugar, all that. But I have to travel far to get to the actual grocery store where I can have fresh fruits and vegetables. Um, so I damn sure don't want to be living off a Dollar General. I don't. I really don't. So I mean, it's the only thing close by, but then there's a gas station farther, and they have a food place up in there, and that's Mexican food. And there's another Mexican spot further on the opposite side. So I know I need to get out and explore and learn my way around the town. But if I do videos, I can't publicize them because you know the online perps. They're on standby and ready to sabotage me already. So I said I'll never order from that place. I'll never order from that place again. Yeah. But hopefully the beef meal. Hopefully it's not too nasty. I really didn't like that so-called lemon chicken. I would have liked the orange chicken better. But I don't even do orange chicken that much. My favorite thing is the bourbon chicken or teriyaki chicken. And every now and then I might do broccoli and beef, but or I like the shrimp fried rice or pork fried rice or whatever, or even chicken fried rice combination fried rice. But yeah, that was kind of some nasty Chinese food. But my health can't afford to be eating like Dollar General all the time or Dairy Queen. And you're bad enough, y'all already calling me fat and greedy, and then try to police and try to control where you want me to eat, or try to control my money and eating and stuff like that. That's what the controlling narcissistic perps do. So somebody younger than me trying to control and dictate where I should live at, where I should eat, and what I should spend my money on. Like, you think you own me, and like, you should mind your own business. Even if you're older than me, I'm a grown ass woman. I'll be 40 this year. You're still in your 30s. So I'm about to be 40 this year in less than 6 months. So if y'all like condemning me like as if I'm making bad choices, but if you're supposed to be targeted, what sabotage we go through, and it's like, why would you take part in adding more to my targeting and destruction, and you're sitting there harassing and torturing, but you complain about people doing it to you. Trying extra hard, working overtime. As I said, it's like, once the professed targets sell out and become perps, they get more destructive and brutal and intend to hurt you way worse than what the regular perps do. Like, they work harder than the regular perps. The regular perps already work hard enough. But the sell out fake TI perps, they work extra harder than the regular perps. It's unexplainable, but it's like, it hurts even more, because if we're in this program together and we supposed to be like one big happy family and supposed to be supportive and stick together and everything, but so many more like spiritual things is keeping us separated. Excuse me. Like I mentioned in one of the previous videos about y'all associated with New Age movement, occultism, witchcraft. Y'all think y'all star seeds, light workers, and walk-ins, chosen ones. Y'all one of the popular fakes. So hey, this is my left hand, but I think this is made to look like a mirror on. But if the camera was flipped, it would be opposite. So this looks like my right hand, but this is my left hand over here, and this is my right hand. So it's like this video is like a mirror. I thought it was just TikTok, but I guess it's this phone. But this video is on YouTube. It's too long for TikTok. I need to trim my nails. So there he goes again. I said no more. Didn't want any more notifications, and Anthony is still putting me in notifications. So he's trying to dig up anything he could to try to destroy me. I'm doing a video right now, and I just got a fake notification of him. Like, he just won't stop. Like, why are you doing this, Anthony? Real targeted individuals don't harass other targets. They don't harass, stalk, and bully other targets. I'm not even bothering you. So he said something about, oh, this comes straight from her twin sister. Well, you already knew my twin sister's a perp, so why would you defend and agree with her? So yeah, he's doing the most, going out of his way, doing the most. Like desperate, very desperate, very desperate. So I mean, so as I said, I selected for YouTube to show me no more notifications, and he keeps on mentioning me. So he mentioned me in a fake video, and so he's doing smear campaign slander videos about me. So the blog post that I did talking about him, you know, I hate that that's one of the one of the top popular top 10 videos now. One of the top 10 blog posts on my blog. And it's like, well, they made it more important and serious. You know, it wasn't even that super important and serious. No more important and serious than the regular perks. You know, but that video, the blog post that I did about him is in one of my top 10 popular blog posts. When they really don't need to be. Like, they blew that what I did about Alaskan prepper Rudy. They blew that up. It wasn't even that serious, you know, but it's like, as I said, most people ignore my blog posts, but when the perps want to make me look like a fool or make me look crazy, that's when they will make certain posts go viral. Viral in a bad way, not in a good way, but in a bad and embarrassing and humiliating way. So, you know, Anthony keeps on harassing me, yet you bullying, harassing, and threatening and stalking me. Real TIs don't do that to each other. Anthony, you sold out. You really did. So you want to try to gaslight me and say that, oh, she thinks that everybody she doesn't like is a sold out perp. No, you're really doing things that perps do. If you're harassing and bullying me, but then telling me that God is going to punish me, stay miserable, Anthony. But Anthony, I'm going to say it again. You're harassing me. You got the same blood on your hands that the regular perps do if anything happens to me. Now, he made another fake YouTube account to harass me and said something crazy. And then he said something about, oh, Candy. First he said something about, try to guess that he thinks that I'm in Yorktown, Texas. Then he tried to guess that I'm staying in Goliad, Texas. And then he put 666-777-1111. And it's like, well, how did he know in advance that I was already planning a video to warn against the new age and all that stuff? I've done it before on my channels, but, you know, I haven't done it on TikTok, I don't think. Maybe I did, I just don't remember. But, yeah, I mean, he's like David Jane, you know. Like David Jane, the former friend that was in Los Angeles with me. It's like, once you become a perp or take that deal and sell out, you're no longer the same. Now, Anthony used to be bossy and controlling back then and treat me like I lacked common sense. But all this harassment, he didn't used to do that before. So he got into a car accident, took the deal, and is lining up with my sex trafficking perps and, you know, harassing the shit out of me. As I said, unprovoked, and I ain't even doing you nothing. I'm not even messing with you, but I'm going to expose and address everything you do. You're supposed to be part of the TI community, not a perp harassing people. But Anthony, there's a special spot in hell for you. And you got blood on your hands because you participate. If you don't like being targeted, then why are you targeting and perping the shit out of me, slandering and lying on me? My twin sister, if you a perp, you don't have no credibility, real credibility. But they want to try to make me look crazy and defend and agree with the perps. And he's trying to stress me out even more. He's working with the fake Darnell Williams perp and Stephon Adams. But other people on YouTube have exposed him and said that he admitted to being an agent, like an FBI or something, or I don't think CIA, but I think they try to say he was like an FBI or an agent or something like that. But he was feuding with Brandon Q. Is it Brandon Q or Brandon K? Because he looks Hispanic. He was feuding with Brandon, and he was also feuding with A Targeted Journey, and feuding with Absent-Minded Abe and a few others. I be trying to stay away from, arguing with people and fighting with people on YouTube. And, I never wanted to argue or fight with nobody. But I'm going to sit here and stand up for and defend myself. I didn't even want to do this video talking about Anthony, but since he's mentioning and harassing me, I'm letting y'all know what he's doing. He wants to say what real TIs don't do, but acting like a perp at the same time. You dummy. And he tried to dish out the harshest words he can find. Your parents don't even let you eat what you want, but you want to try to control me from across like more than half of the other side of the country. What you gonna do? Come here and try? What you gonna do? He even threatened to say, "Oh, me," and he had made, he sexually harasses female TIs. So, I can't even rest in my new place because he's stressing me out and vexing and annoying me and trying to trigger and provoke and try to get a reaction. And you're supposed to be a targeted individual. Don't mention about God punishing people when you're doing the devil's work your damn self. I don't even want to waste more time on him. But you lost the privilege and the right to call yourself a targeted individual. You should be excommunicated from the TI community because you're an actual perp. But I forgot, the professed TI community is full of perps that aren't real TIs anyway. And the real TIs are forced to suffer being isolated. For real. You don't have the authority or the right to punish me, and you're bullying and abusing me. So what you gonna do? Sit up and harass me all night long? Get a fucking life. Just like the regular gang stalkers. Get a fucking life and mind your business and leave me alone and never mention me again. You're weird. You're the one who's sick in the head, not me. Stop it. So anyway, as I said, I can't even relax or enjoy myself because him continuing to harass me. And as I said, he's doing what the perps do by, making up fake new accounts to come harass me. I keep blocking him and he make more new accounts and copying off of what the fake wannabe Darnell Williams perp is doing. So first you want to falsely think I'm in Youngstown, Texas. You want to falsely think I'm in Goliath, Texas. You're doing what the perps do by, trying to stalk me and trying to figure out where I'm at so you can hunt for a reason to smear campaign and destroy me. And a real TI would not make another TI homeless again. You're sold out and you're a perp, Anthony. Why would you do this to a woman? Because you want me dead. You want me destroyed. After I expose the truth about you. As I said, go back to your house and let your parents starve you. You're fucking obsessed and jealous. Jealous. So, I mean, I wish I would have never gave him my phone number and talked to him on the phone. I mean, he expected me to be an emotional support and be there for him. And when it was November 2020, and I was homeless on the streets in Pensacola and dealt with that Freemason perv that wanted to watch me shower at the beach outside. I had my clothes on, but he waited until I started showering and he wanted to stare and watch. And then I put him on film. And then he made a big scene and threatened to get the sheriffs for me. So good thing I put him on film and exposed him, and I was able to flee and get on a bus and go back to mainland Pensacola. But that day, Anthony kept me on the phone all day and was at wit's end and was threatening suicide and also threatening to sell out. He said he didn't know if he wanted to commit suicide or sell out. And he said, maybe I will I'm like, no, I'm begging him, no, Anthony, don't do that. So he caved in. He caved in. And the Bible said, you will know them by their fruits. So you're producing fruits of a perp that sold out because you couldn't handle the targeting. So now, I mean, they deceive and lie to you and make these offers to try to get you to sell out. Excuse me. And they deceive and lie to you. They try to get you to sell out and make you lose your soul. Excuse me. And they deceive and lie to you. Lie. And say, well, if you take this deal, then your targeting will end. We won't, So I'm like, well, wait a minute. First of all, my targeting won't end. And I will lose my soul. And I'm like, well, after the 6 months, like if you make this offer for me to be both a prostitute and a perp, you're trying to sex traffic me because of being homeless or whatever. So if you want to sex traffic me, and you say, well, if you take this deal, then we can get you off the gang stalking list. So I mean, I don't know if professed target individuals, if they're that beat down and just tired. And then, I mean, I don't know what motivates them to give in. I feel like I could not see myself doing this to other TIs, especially if I know how it feels. Like that loud truck. That hurts my ears. So, if I cannot see myself. I feel like if I didn't like this happening to me, I could not picture myself stalking, harassing, and following somebody who never did me anything, an innocent person who never did me anything, or to stalk, follow, and harass somebody because I'm mad because they said something truthful about me. So I feel like there ought to be some better things to enjoy in life than to just watch the move of somebody who I'm not important. But it's got to be a spiritual thing that you're doing this. It's got to be a spiritual thing that you're doing this. The abusive narcissistic gang stalkers pretend to be godly and holy, chosen, but they're doing the works of the devil. They're doing the devil's works. And, they think it's cool. They think it's funny. Like, the bastards are vibrating both of my feet right now. So, it's very sick and disgusting that y'all are trying to locate where I'm at. So in hopes that you can destroy me. See? No, they're passing by with noise harassment. It's ridiculous. Is that the same truck that passed by again? Y'all heard that loud ass freaking Texas pickup truck? When I was in Denton, Texas, they had Trillions of trucks pass by my apartment several times a day. You know, that loud V8 engine. And I didn't realize it was gang stalking back then when I was up in Denton, Texas. So, so anyway, yeah, he kind of messed up my mind temporarily for the moment that, threw off my focus on trying to work on writing. As I said, Anthony, you're a hypocrite to the core. But all narcs are. So I really don't want to give you more physical and mental, not spiritual, but physical and mental energy. And I don't want to give you the time of the day no more. As I said, just leave me alone. But you won't listen. But you retarded, narcissistically, and fake self-righteously demand that I obey you and bow down to you and do what you say. I don't have to listen to you. You're younger than me. So, if you keep harassing me like the perps, I will dox the truth about you, just like I do the perps. I ain't going to smear, even though you're my enemy and you hate me or whatever, I'm not going to lie on you. But I will, I used to do that when I was younger and didn't know no better. I used to lie on my enemies back then. I was in foster care as a kid, But I learned not to do that, but I'm not going to lie on my enemies. But you tell the truth in their delusional backwards ass mind, they'll say, oh, you're slandering me. So, as I said, if you've been abused or still going through abuse, why are you doing it to another professed target? So, I even suggested that YouTube to hide notifications, never allow the notifications from Anthony again. I think the perps hacked into my account and allowed for him and switched back the notifications to allow for him to keep on mentioning me. So, if you, just because you're mad at me for exposing you being an abusive person, you think I deserve to be punished with no roof over my head, that I deserve to be punished with no way to make a living. And if you know how it feels to go through this, why would you do it to another person? So I hope you fake sell out T.I. perks. Y'all don't, if there is a lawsuit, come on, man. It's such high traffic for a Saturday night. So, now that I got this place and I got a roof over my head now, I'm getting increased online harassment. I'm getting increased online harassment. And so it manipulates people to not want to help when I really need it. So, it's really frightening that they're on the hunt to locate my physical place where I'm at. I'm glad that they're guessing wrong. So, they keep trying very hard to guess and locate where I'm at so that they can find the place and, try to get me wrongfully kicked out of here. So, as I said, it's gay for a man to bully and try to destroy a woman like that. If the Bible said that a female is supposed to be the weaker vessel, why would you abuse and bully a woman? Really, people shouldn't bully people, period, at all. A woman shouldn't even bully a man either, But, so now they have some person that, I hope he ain't a perp, trying to talk about it's a different person saying that he got good news and bad news. So, as I said, they just keep on harassing and fucking with me, won't leave me alone. And so, as I said, you bothering and harassing me unprovoked, seeking never-ending revenge. And so, you fake TI perks that sold out. It's a fake thing to do to sell out. I never once thought of that when the harassment gets so bad. Yeah, suicide has crossed my mind, briefly, if certain things get too bad or too unbearable. I've had suicide attempts in the past, but, now that I know what this program is, I try my best to not let them make me think or feel suicidal. But it never once crossed my mind that, oh, this is so bad, I'm about to take the deal and sell out. Or this is unbearable, I'm about to sell out. But I'll say that you sell out fake TI perps who's turned and flipped, or y'all pretending to be targeted and ain't never been targeted, and using real targeted individuals for narcissistic supply. Y'all do not deserve to be entitled to reparations and lawsuits. Y'all don't deserve to, y'all truly don't deserve to be entitled to the lawsuits and reparations or any justice. Because you're sitting here victimizing. It's like you're a victim turned predator. When you took you were abused, and then now you become an abuser. They kept on trying to make me offers, kept on trying to get me, and they're lying and saying that I'm fake and that I sold out, because that's what they're trying to get me to do. And they destroy me and leave me totally with nothing, in the hopes that if I'm on the streets crying out for help in bad weather or weather that's too cold to survive in. As I said, if I would have died out there in 19 to 20 degree weather, whether it be Pensacola, Florida, or Cincinnati, Ohio, or anywhere else, if I got struck by lightning and died, or if I died out in cold weather, or if I died from starvation, or y'all murder me or something, you gang stalkers, narcissistic abusers, and fake TI perps all have blood on y'all hands. If anything happens to Candy Grandpre, you run over me, you hit me with your car, motherfucker, you got blood on your hands. You got blood on your hands. I'm still alive, and you do any form of the slightest of harassment, and I'm still alive. You participate in this thing, you part of my blood sacrifice conspiracy. Yes, they're out here trying to kill us. Or they're trying to set us up to go missing or die. This human trafficking thing is freaking real. And why the hell, if you're targeted, why the hell would you turn around and participate in this shit for money? And y'all hate any support that a real TI would get, because y'all want the real targets to be destroyed, and you're jealous and you couldn't handle the freaking program. I will die never accepting those deals. And that is a vow, a public vow, And a promise. I promise you, I'm not giving in. Shucks, I'm the type of, y'all want to say I'm crazy, I'm more susceptible to killing myself or committing suicide than taking the deal and selling out. But I'm trying my best to do neither. They've been trying to, because I'm scared to go to hell. You know, but it's so diabolical. Like, get a life. Get a life, please. So, you know, yeah, you're not a TI anymore. Or if you claim to be still targeted, I'm gonna mention gang stalking simulation. I don't know what his real name is. Him, and also Ronald Soriano, and that fake bitch that called herself Cheryl the Regulator Lewis. Y'all show footage, and also Angel Now Aware, and you know, and the girl that used to call herself Queen of the South or whatever her name was, and several others, you know, who y'all participate in gang stalking and harassing and bullying me and making fake videos about, mock videos about me to try to discredit me. And y'all profess to be targeted and you don't like what you're going through, but then y'all be participating and doing stuff like, oh yeah, you know, we're going to call up your job and make sure we're going to show them your YouTube channel and make sure you lose your job. Or y'all, you know, y'all participate in the stalking of me, but then y'all show footage of yourselves being targeted and say that you mention in other comments on other people's videos that you say you don't like what's happening to y'all, but here y'all doing it to me. But okay, if you don't like me, then why you following me? Like, you subscribe, like some of y'all, fake TI perps and regular perps, y'all are some public subscribers. Oh, Candy must have bought subscribers, because no way in hell she gonna have. And why you subscribe to me, your damn self. I mean, like, y'all fake TI perps and regular perps. As I said, I don't need to buy subscribers, and I never will. That's not real. I'm not even gonna pay for something that's fake. I want to stay as authentic and real as possible. And even the fake TI perps that before they sold out or before I figured them out, you know, they will always say that, Candy, that's why you're so hated, because you keep it too real. And all of a sudden, after you got mad, and all of a sudden, Candy's a liar. She's a manipulator. She's manipulative. Oh, she's this. She's crazy. She's that. You're doing what the perps do. When a person is a liar, you're telling the truth. In a liar's mind, they'll say that you're lying. So the truth is lying according to a liar. But lying is lying according to the person telling the truth. So yeah, I'm sitting here just venting and getting it all out because I didn't want to be laying in bed ruminating on, you know, all stuff I could have said or should have said or would have said. Just getting it all out now, you know, and I have to go to bed with it being so cold. And I had to fight gnats today, those brown gnats. And, you know, tomorrow is what the world calls Easter. And as far as I know, it's going to be like today. But I hope to get some accomplishment and being productive and do some actual writing. You know, I hope to get to accomplish writing, you know, or something. And I hope to be better rested or well rested. Excuse me. So don't listen to anything that targeted Tony, or who I call narc ass phony, Anthony. I'm warning y'all not to listen to anything he says about me, because y'all don't. If you profess to be targeted and you listen to him, then you don't have any discernment. Just like with Monique and Michaela and like 144 Calico and Uniquely Made Warrior and stuff, the professed targets didn't see them perping me in their videos, and they just joined in on the bullying and defended and agreed with them. So if y'all profess to be targeted and chosen, then please act like it. You profess to be targeted and chosen, but you're defending and agreeing with the person. Act like you don't give a damn about another fellow TI that's suffering just like you. Like, why would you ignore the cries and the suffering of another TI, but you want to be heard? You want to be heard. You want your voice of cries for help to be heard, but then you're doing the same thing to me that you're crying about it being done to you. I don't understand that. I don't get that. So, what else? So I'm getting more like weird comments. So, there'd be times where I could go days with no comments on my videos. Even sometimes weeks with no comments on my videos. But, the majority of my videos get that yellow ad suitability sign, and I get it more than the green okay sign. So I guess almost all my videos are pretty much politically incorrect. But I'm just gonna speak my mind, But I just, I mean, the fact that I have so many haters, so many subscribers that are hater stalkers, that just peeping in and rubbing their hands together, waiting around for me to be destroyed. And online perps have explicitly said that they can't wait for me to be put down like a rabid dog. And it's like, you got this strong hatred for me. I don't even know you. I never did you anything. You saying all this stuff anonymously, because y'all all part of one big, the gang stalking network is one big cult. It's a cult. The gang stalking network is a cult. And the fake TI perps, I said in my life, see, when I was a child in foster care, the foster mom didn't give me no choice. But I fought. I rebelled against the cult, and I rebelled against her. And that might be why I'm targeted. The cult, the fake IDMR cult, never gave a damn about me. They never did shit for me. I feel like, what's the point of being part of a religion where nobody likes you? I never heard any of the IDMR cult members who want to compare fraudster Henry Clifford Kinley. They compare him to Jesus Christ. So, but they never said Dr. Kinley loves you. But guess what? They got so many songs that say Jesus loves me, Jesus loves you, Jesus cares. And one of my top favorite songs on my MP3 player, it's a little bit over 30, it's like 36 songs of my top Christian songs. And one of the songs has the title called Jesus Cares. And they're from this African Christian group, that sing or whatever. And say, Jesus cares. Jesus cares for me. Whitney Houston had the song, Jesus loves me. So the fake IDMR cult doesn't have any songs when they say, Dr. Kinley loves me. I refuse to call that man doctor. I call him fraudster queenly. You know. So I heard other cults do way worse, but some people say it's a very dangerous cult, more like spiritually. But in the fake IDMR cult, I have never heard of any of the adults say that they were molested as children. I never heard of any children say that they were molested in the cult. Well, that's a good thing. But other cults, they do all the sexual stuff and the molestation and abuse. You know, like, but people mention that the fake IDMR cult, the divorce rate is so high. And yeah, like if you in a fake IDMR cult and you run through husbands like toilet paper, or you run through wives like toilet paper, like damn, every week you got a new wife. How can that be? Well, it seems like, you know, but but yeah, I never in a fake IDMR cult. Good thing I never heard any pedophilia stories. You know, in a fake IDMR cult. But you know, I've heard of other like abuses and weird stuff, and you know, more like physical, psychological, mental, and emotional abuse, and narcissistic abuse, and spiritual abuse, and using the Bible to abuse you and scare you with hell and everything like that. You know, and they don't say it because they care about your soul. Religious narcs don't care about your soul. In the fake IDMR cult, it's like they basically want you to think elitist mentality. Like whoever's in that group think they look down on the rest of the world and act like they think they're better and superior, you know, to the rest of the world. If you're not in that group, you're a loser. We're better than you. We're better than the rest of the world. Just like the fictional cult that I'm hopefully, if I can later on this month, I probably can work on more chapters, maybe work on 4 chapters a day and try to finish it. And maybe by the end of this month, I can have a not that novel. Well, it may not be as long as a novel, but you know, a big fiction ebook is what I call it. But it may not be a novel. It may or may not be novel length. You know, but I don't know. Who knows? But I've been working on a short story series, in which I find is fun and comical, but at the same time, I am even with certain short stories that I write, I be getting all emotional and up in my feelings. Like when people watch a movie, and when people watch a movie, and then they get all like immersed into the character, and all, you know, they get all emotional, like, you know, the movies that make you cry, or songs that make you cry, or you know, but you know, if I write a certain short story series with the fictional Timberwood cult that I'm working on, if I work on that and I'm like, well, dang, you know, I'm like, that's kind of brutal, that's kind of harsh, or it's, you know, it's too strong for me to handle. And I'm like, I cannot believe I put that out there and I wrote that. Now I can't even bring myself to go back and read that because it'll re-traumatize me all over again. And you know, as I said, I'm doing this, you know, the fiction ebook as a way, and like I'm gonna write a, you know, a fictionalized ebook plus the short stories, and then compile a list of resources. Like, I don't know if I can go to a physical library and, you know, show physical books. You know, go and research and get some physical books, but at least online resources like certain websites, certain maybe even TikTok, YouTube videos, Vimeo, or whatever else. But I know what cult I came from. I have zero shred. I don't have an ounce, an inch, or a shred of desire to go back to the fake IDMR cult. And I did not realize that the fake IDMR cult members gang stalk you when you leave. Excuse me. So, what's the point of being part of a religion where nobody likes you? I mean, a lot of the times I be feeling like the professed body of Christ or Christians, professed Christians, they're brutal and hate me and treat me as abusive and cruel and mean because they're abusive, narcissistic, control freak, fake Christians. They're not real Christians. So, um, another Christian may not, I'm going to say it like this, another professed Christian might not give a fuck about you or care about you. But if Jesus loves us and cares about us so much that he died on the cross to save us from sins and hell, and look at me sinning, you know. So I understand. I know I got to straighten up and need to be strong enough to overcome my active sins in my life. You know, as I said, me being here and by myself, I can try to take more time to devote to giving God more time, praying, read the Bible. I need to make a way to be strong enough to do fasting. But as I said, the religious narcs have traumatized me with fasting, and that's why, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll probably get back on fasting later on sometime down the line, but just now I still feel traumatized by the religious narcs, you know, manipulating and playing with me and trying to destroy my soul. And they use Jesus' name to do Satan's work. So, you know, gang stalking is a cult. But yeah, I mean, if that lady from Shreveport who wanted to work on the book with me, you know, she was the IDMR cult members. Her own daughter had her being gang stalked. When she tried to warn her daughter about the cult. So as I said, in 2015, started from 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, trying to figure out why is my body vibrating. Every time I researched, I couldn't make the connection. Gang stalking and cults kept coming up. So I didn't realize that with them vibrating that I didn't realize they were slowly murdering me in whatever place I got. That they were killing me. They were killing me. And I didn't realize, and everybody thought I was crazy. If you're supposed to be conspiracy minded, but you still think I'm crazy and don't believe me, I thought you were a conspiracy minded truther, but I guess not. Another loud truck. That's the thing I hate with Texas. So, as long as I'm living here, I can never do a work at home job that requires phone because I can never do a work at home job that requires the phone because of my ears being so sensitive to loud noise. So I vowed, you know, I was forced into it as a child and the foster mom didn't give me no choice. But now that I'm older and an adult, you know, David Jane he nearly succeeded at suckering me into a cult. He supposedly didn't know no better. That fake good news cult. And then the New Orleans, a lot of these homeless shelters are cults. I'm telling y'all. And they hide behind the Bible. They sold their soul to the devil and hide behind their Bible. I mean, they hide behind the Bible. and they narcissistically abuse and exploit the poor and homeless and treat you like you're living in a prison. Exploitative, money-hungry prison scam cults. Why the hell, if you're taking money from the poor and, you know, the weirdness with New Orleans Mission Homeless Shelter, the abuse that they inflicted reminded me so much about the fictitious Timberwood cult that I've been writing about. They're weird. They're weird. So, y'all pathetic. That if you join the gang stalking cult network, the Masonic satanic gang stalking cult network, y'all join them. Some people say that once you sell out, there's no turning back. But I really think that, I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. And because in the Bible, I think it's 2 Kings 17:17, mention about, sold their souls to do evil in the sight of the Lord. So I wonder if the devil want to keep you trapped. Because I heard they used to have an Ephesians 5:11.org website of people who were supposedly ex-Freemasons that turned Christian. But then some people said that they were a fake front website. Maybe people were trying to smear campaign and discredit their movement or whatever. Excuse me. Maybe people were trying to discredit their movement, but maybe they were fake in the front. I don't know. I would need to go back and do more research on that, because some people say Freemasonry alone is a big fat cult. Catholic Church. Hey, y'all, the Catholic Church is the reason why y'all celebrating Easter tomorrow. It's a big fat cult. They say the Catholic Church is the biggest cult in the world. And you research about the Vatican and the New World Order. They say that the Catholic Church and the Jesuits, like the Jesuit MK Ultra mind control, is behind all the corruption. It's like Satanists masquerading as Christians. You research and look it up. So I'm too retarded to know stuff like this. I'm supposed to be ignorant, right? So yeah. So I'm really disgusted about perps commenting on my every move that has nothing to do with them and it's not their business. And they want to nitpick and point out and tattle like 5-year-olds about Candy's doing this, Candy's doing that, Candy's eating this, Candy's spending her money on this, Candy's wearing this. Oh, Candy gets on my nerves. She disgusts me. Well, if I get on your nerves, there's a such thing as unsubscribe. And there's a such thing as, unfollow. If you hate me that much, block me. If you don't want to see me. But no, y'all addicted to me. Y'all are addicted to stalking me. I am a nobody. I'm not important. I'm not significant. I'm not special. But y'all work overtime to try to ruin and destroy the little bit that I have. I will die never getting to see what it's like to make $25,000 a year from a job. And I have a bachelor's degree under my belt and been forced low income all of my adulthood. And if I do get a job, it's those low wage, part-time, or even full-time, but the wage so low that I don't even qualify for 3.5 times the rent for a place to live. As I said, this place let me in They don't require a deposit or the 3.5 times the rent. But it's more expensive than low income. If I was on Section 8, I probably would be paying like somewhere between 230 and 280 a month with my income. I don't know what the precise calculation would be. But I'm off the streets. I'm off the streets. So you know, I'm trying to live and survive. I don't walk around trying to bother nobody. As I said, now that I have a roof over my head, after getting business done, if I can try to get, excuse me, Social Security straightened out, food stamps, try to get a replacement Medicaid and Medicare card or whatever, try to get a P.O. box or get groceries, laundry, whatever I need to do. Other than that, I usually stay here. Unless somebody can give me a job, then I'll, go to work. But I'm the type of person that I wish that I could be, I wish I could be traveling the world. But I probably will die never getting to go overseas. I wish I could go to visit like Thailand or somewhere, even, I don't know what it would be like if I visited. I mean, I don't know if Nigerian people would welcome me, or if I were able to go visit Kenya, or if I can visit Paris, France, or Madrid, Spain, Portugal. If I could visit Australia, if I can visit Canada, if I can visit the Philippines. I tried to see about Teach English in China. They gang stalked and refused me to go. The recruiters were all abusive, narcissistic perps. And people are always wanting a picture of me. They always want a picture of me, and they always want my phone number. But I didn't know it at the time. From now on, if people be like, well, can I take your picture? I'm going to be like, no, I don't trust that. But they try to manipulate you into feeling comfortable, have a comfortable conversation. And they start off to not come off as perps. And then I'll be like, well, can I have a copy of that picture of me, for myself? And then they'll act like they're uncomfortable or make it like I'm annoying and getting on their nerves or something. Or they'll take my phone number and I never see or hear from them again. But I have a right to stand up against people who trying to control me and try to act like they think they own me. Whether a so-called friend or an enemy or not, let me be free. Why are so many people trying to control me and think they own me? Excuse me. That came without warning. So, but they might be, yeah, as I said, I'll try my best to not let them make me back homeless again. But they're already on standby wanting to sabotage my place that I just got. And they're envious and bitter because I had help from other people, even though it was last minute help and a lot of people didn't want to help. But then, I'm glad for the ones who were cheerful givers who were glad to help. And, that means everything. That means so much to me. That I'm sitting here losing hope. And then at the last minute, they had people pouring in help. So I'm not even going to say how much help I got because the online perps and the fake TI perps were going to start calculating and saying, well, she should have spent her money on this, or she should have did this, or here's where she wasted her money at. Well, I had to travel on the road and get food to eat, dummies. What, you thought I was supposed to ride the bus with all these hours and nothing, an empty belly? You wouldn't do it. Nobody's telling you where to eat. Nobody's telling you how to spend your money. But they're going to continue to do what they want. Like, they won't take what I say into consideration, and they won't internalize it and then back off and leave me alone. They're going to still let it go over their heads. They're still going to be trying to control me. Still trying to bully me. I mean, I'm a stranger. I ain't nothing to you. More than half of y'all fake flying monkeys. Y'all too coward. I mean, y'all think y'all tough, but y'all sitting here being a follower and not a leader. And the leader the chief narc is a bad person to follow. We all should be following Jesus Christ, not a human being that's creating a fake narc smear campaign. So Anthony is trying to gather up and create his own fake cult against me, where he wants to narcissistically make himself the cult leader. He created his own his own hate Candy Grandpre cult, or hate Candy Grandpre cult empire against me. Like, trying to copy off of my twin sister. And Trisha tried to copy off my twin sister with trying to create her own fake cult, fake anti-Candy Grandpre cult empire against me. But I thought that Tamika Evans woke up and left the cult. But I caught her on the Obsoletist channel still trying to mock and bully me. Well, you jump on other people for harassing me, but you do the same thing. So I'm just pointing out what y'all doing. Thank y'all. Some of y'all left me alone and backed off. Like, some of the cult followers, when my twin sister left me alone, then they left me alone too. So now I'm in the same state as my twin sister now. And a couple of brothers. Wyatt moved back to Milwaukee, I think. Yeah, he moved back to Milwaukee. And Wyatt said he'd been off and on homeless or whatever. So, Derek and Mark and my twin sister, they're still here in Texas from last of what I knew. I don't think Derek moved back to New Orleans. But, as I said, I even recently would say I never want to set foot back in Texas ever again for any reason. But, yeah, I think I get all these gnats maybe from those filthy ass Greyhound buses that the gnats followed me all the way over here. So, I guess I'm going to try to empty out and wash my backpack next time I do laundry. And, yeah, I'm just walking around with 2 days worth of outfits, like 2 days worth of clothes. But, I guess I'll have to, I've been dealing with 2 days of clothes, 2 days worth of clothes for a couple of months. But, I got all those clothes in my storage unit. But I don't have I don't have the money to go to the storage unit and go get all that stuff. And I would need extra people to physically help me get all that stuff out. And then, yeah. So, but yeah, I'm just taking everything one day at a time. And, if people say targeted individuals need to come together, but they're hypocritical with it because they handpick who they want to accept and who they want to reject. Like, a lot of professed targeted individuals, if I see footage of you being really targeted, but you ignore me and refuse to connect with me and I never did you anything, and you ignore me and treat me like I don't exist. People like Real Zona and that guy who calls himself God's Warrior that's from somewhere in California, and Cliff View and quite a few others. If I try to reach out to y'all, And that Bling Queen Diva 1 on Twitter, she eventually got hateful and blocked me. So I blocked her back, you know. So, when I'm crying out for help, the popular fakes tell the lower level TIs, they do like the person say don't support her or don't help her, and they act like they want bitter, never-ending revenge, like bitter revenge, like, oh, I tried to help her, and they over-exaggerate. If they help me one time with $5, they will over-exaggerate and make it like they've been helping me with hundreds of dollars for years. I don't even get help every month. But, me being in this place, hopefully I can earn money from my writings and stuff, and maybe from my YouTube videos and Ko-fi or whatever. But other than that, if I don't get a job, if I don't get to land my hands on a job, I showed y'all the job rejection that I got earlier. So, so as long as I don't have my hands on a job, then I'll just, focus on a lot of writing, and hopefully can make an income. Or they're stopping me. I've been writing for almost 3 years. And no, I don't have any intention on improving from y'all point of view. I'm just going to continue to write the way I write. And if you like it, then thank you for the support. But if you don't like it, I know your ass is a perp and very narcissistic and controlling. I have better grammar than more than half of y'all who keep on trying to maliciously criticize with your fake, with your false bad reviews on all my ebooks and everything. Y'all got too many games. Too many games. Y'all play too much. So, I think let's see. It's 10:50 p.m. I don't care about Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn breaking up. Don't send me that fake notification. So, I got to use the bathroom kind of bad. And, so, I'm just taking everything one day at a time. But next month, if I ain't trying to go back to the storage unit or whatever, well, I'm probably going to maybe be asking for less help. Maybe need to ask for less help if I can get the doggone food stamps and stuff. But if I can't, then how? If I can get the disabled transportation and the food stamps and, get the driver's license switched over to P.O. Box or whatever, and it's a miracle that there are still any supporters who care about Candy Grandpre. Because the perp's goal is to make sure every human being on the face of this earth hates my guts and want me dead. But it's disgusting to falsely make me out to be the worst, vile, disgusting human being to ever walk the planet. But the people, the fake celebrities and politicians who y'all idolize and worship, they have done way worse than what you falsely accuse me of doing. So, I'm just going to, my anxiety is still really high right now, but I wish it was warm in here. And I'm about to turn off the, wow, something's wrong with this fake air conditioner because it won't blow out any heat at all. I got it on the highest setting, 86. And it's still cold like a motherfucker up in here. And if there's any water spilled, it'll take hours to dry. My tiny little washcloth up in there in the tub, the shower, I have it hanging. And it's been 2 days and it still has not dried. I would have wanted to take a shower tonight, but You know, after being stressed out about the online harassment and stuff, you know, it's got me feeling down and depressed. So hopefully tomorrow, you know, I would like to try to take another shower, try to get clean and everything, you know. But tomorrow being the world's holiday, what they call Easter, you know, I probably would have gone to do laundry, but I don't know if the laundromat would be open. But I just want to stay here and get my peace and quiet. That's all I want to do. So I'm gonna go, and it's probably gonna be past midnight once this video is done uploading. Um, so I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow, I guess.